Hello and welcome to another Silver Alert from Pax Unplugged 2020.
Silver Alert?
Silver Alert.
Oh, no.
I have the right guest with me this time.
Yeah.
No offense.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm with Dodecadonuts.
So I've been following you for a while because I have to say my wife and I, one of our favorite things to do when we go to a new place is find the best local donuts.
Yeah, of course.
And get a little treat for ourselves. So
absolutely.
How?
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Okay, why is why not? Like, why wouldn't you do this thing? How is watching too much Critical Role and being a woodworker and wanting to make a unique dice box. Okay. And I made one for myself, and what I usually say is if you make one donut, you need a dozen donuts. And then if you have a dozen wooden donuts, you got to get rid of some donuts. So you start selling donuts. And it's kind of just gone from there. So it started out pretty small as like essentially a hobby. Yeah. And then it's just kind of grown into the brand, such as it is, of Dodecadonuts.
So how many years have you been doing this now?
I made the first one in 2017, I think, or 2017, 2018, something like that. I honestly don't remember because I'm getting older. I'm forgetting the details, guys. But really like hard at conventions and all that stuff for like the last 3 years, 2.5, 3 years.
That's amazing that you can actually. So, I'm assuming this is this a main business or a side business?
Like 50%. So 50% of my time, probably.
Is your other stuff still in woodworking or?
My background's as a creative director in marketing and advertising, so I still do a lot of that stuff on a freelance basis.
Okay.
But one of the things that's shocking about that business is when you get a little gray hair, they're a lot less interested in you for interesting marketing ideas. So.
Are you saying there's discrimination in the workforce?
All my skills into this, you know?
Yeah. That's great that you've been able to take this hobby and that's kind of the dream for a lot of creators. Is take the hobby.
For sure. Yeah, it's a little bit of a flyer, but I also figure, like this time in my life, like why not take a run at something that I both find fun. I love the community, like the gaming community broadly and specifically at PAX and these other shows. They're just fantastic, and it's great to show and share people. These are pretty surprising to reveal. And then, we've got other stuff that's a little like we have coffee cups that are dice towers. So like the whole combination of you get a lot of people who double take and triple take over your product when you reveal it. And it's great to see people laugh and smile and know that you're making people happy. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's adorable. And let's take a look at your shirt here. Did you design this shirt also?
So we also have, so we make I Survived the Satanic Panic and a bunch of other sort of elder-themed player ideas.
So Matt and I definitely survived the Satanic Panic. Yep. Luckily, our parents were not influenced by that, but we had friends.
Oh, of course. I went through the same thing. So I started playing in 78 or 79 on like the red box. I played all through middle school, all through high school. But then after high school, to be fair, I discovered girls. So that pinched into my gaming time. But also, you could just see the hobby kind of like pull back because of all the reaction. But my parents didn't care and my friends didn't really care, but it just became harder and harder to find a thing. And I kind of like dropped out of the hobby for a long time.
It also there was a stigma that seems to be evaporated now. How do you feel about the state of the gaming industry now?
Honestly, like it's kind of a golden era in a lot of ways, right? You can't if you're like I grew up when it was like you could get all the different TSR things. So like I played Gamma World and Top Secret, and it felt like a good time to play all those games. You got all those box games. It was super fun. Played a ton of Aftermath as like a deep cut for anybody.
Yeah.
But like it was
Matt's making a face.
Yeah. So like played a bunch of that stuff in high school and and it had a ton of fun, but then you could just see it kind of pull back. But now, TTRPGs based on every IP you can imagine, from Doctor Who to Avatar to you name it, and the board game industry itself, I grew up on Life and Monopoly and Risk. I played Risk obsessively for years, totally. But to have all the other variety that's available here now, it's amazing. It's fantastic.
I totally agree. It's amazing that we've been able to make a side hobby of talking to other folks like you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty amazing.
And so, do you have anything new in the works right now?
So we actually, like right now, we are in the middle. Let me pull this up. We are kickstarting a game called Fantasy Food Fight. I mean, we do a lot of food-themed stuff. So basically, it's a take-that style card game where you bake dishes and then throw them at other players at the table. When they get 8 splat, they're out of the game. But then there's a whole bunch of character cards in here, Cinemonsters we call them, that let you do all kinds of other stuff like swap hands, steal cards, defend yourself, clean up your mess. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Super fun game, and it's live on Kickstarter right now. Back it today.
Today being so.
Yeah, right.
When does it end?
It ends November 20th. Or sorry, it ends December 20th.
Should have waited for Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, I should have, but I'm here at PAX. I figured it's a pretty good opportunity to share it with people who really care a ton about it, so.
Ask me next time. I'll tell you.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, don't ask. I don't know shit. So. But
yeah, that's the newest thing, and then a ton of other stuff in the pipeline. We've done in the past. We have some food themed one shots for 5e that are super fun.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. So
now you personally, do you ever get a chance to just sit at the table and play?
I do actually. I have, for all of us elders. I went and I'm really leaning into this elder thing just for is that good?
Perfect. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. My gaming group is a bunch of 30-year-olds that I started playing with. I was kind of burning out on being a DM, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to my local game store. I'm going to find a group and just start playing. It just drop in. I'm like, whatever. And I ended up landing with this group of, ends up being like 9 people. They're all lovely, but they're like just a few years older than my kids, and it's been amazing. And honestly, I started playing with them before the pandemic. We've now been playing for 5 years together. They're my very, very good friends, and it's just amazing. It's great to. It's very funny, when I make references to movies like Die Hard, and people are like, "Oh, I've never seen Die Hard. I don't even know what that movie is." It's a little mind-breaking there, but it is really fun to hang out with people who are, have different references but are also just an absolute blast to play with. So,
what's wild is I had pretty much almost identical experience.
Yeah.
I wasn't burned out on running. I had my friends all had too much
stuff going
on, and I was desperate for a game. So I found it. Same age group.
Yeah.
And that was pre-pandemic. We played through most of the pandemic together online.
Amazing.
And we drove one of them up here for PAX Unplugged, so
awesome.
he could work a booth. So.
Nice. That's fantastic.
It's great. And they introduced me to a lot of games that I just haven't heard of or got experience with. So that's really, I highly recommend if you're an older person and you're not too creepy, adopt some younger player.
Creepy is you maybe got to set aside some old habits about things, but it's worth it. I promise.
Right. It's awesome.
Definitely don't be creepy. That's a top tier rule for any gamer.
Don't be creepy. Anyway, Andy, is fabulous to talk to you. Any final words?
I mean, everyone should have a donut. So clearly, I'm here to sell donuts. But in general, I would just encourage everyone: find your joy, find the thing that makes you happy, whatever style game that is, and find people that support it. It's a great hobby. It's an amazing experience. You can't go wrong. It's a lifelong thing.
Agreed. No notes. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Nice to see all you.